going to tell you about this really interesting guy we met on a beach in Baja, Mexico, on the Pacific side. But first, I'm going to just tell you about this beach that we got to. So we were near Cabo San Lucas, and someone told us about this awesome beach up the road north of there. So it wasn't that easy to find, but we found it. We had to find the overpass that had a red tube hanging off the side or something. Anyway, we got down this bumpity road that came off this overpass, and then we had to drive through the cactus. There was a trail there, pretty nice road and trail if you don't have too nice of a rig anyway. And then as soon as we pull up, there's just a couple cars and a motorhome there, I can see in the ocean the whales spouting and they're breaching. If you watch here, you'll see. That's just as soon as we got there. So just constantly there were 4 or 5 or 6 whales that you could always see breaching, and they were feeding there, I guess. And it was a really big beach, and there was barely anybody on it. And then there were, on the edges, were these cool dark rocks, and in one part where you walk to the end was this awesome alcove of rocks where the water would come in when the tide was high, but when it was low you could go walk in there and see what washed in. It was the most amazing place I'd ever been at that point in my life. It was quite a long walk from where we had to park our trailer, but we would walk out there and you could watch the sunset through the rocks, and it was very cool. So we kind of had to be careful where we parked because it was quite sandy in some spots, and we didn't want to get stuck, of course. And usually it was fairly empty. The locals would come and fish or sometimes hang out and camp overnight, but quite often there was only 2 or 3 campers there. So we ended up staying there for 2 weeks. We were 20 minutes maybe from town. We would go get water, and then one day we come back from town and there's a whole bunch of people on the beach. We're oh, it's a busy day. And then I'm what is that? There's a guy with a little baby grand piano playing. You could sort of hear him playing. We were parked kind of far away, and there was somebody videotaping him, so I guess they were making a music video there. I don't know, but I just thought it was really weird. And then later he just folded it up and took his keyboard and off they went. And then later, the same day, this guy shows up on his bike, which is no big deal, cool, but he's got a dog strapped to his back. And then we see him set up something on the back seat of his motorbike, and he's DJing, he's making music. He's got a drone taking pictures of himself. We're just suddenly this is movie making central here, where we were camped for a week where nobody was. But we get to talk to him, and luckily he speaks some pretty good English because we're not very good at Spanish. And so he rescued this dog in Cabo San Lucas and got him a little backpack so he could drive around with him. And he's a music-making DJ, and he goes out to wherever outside and sets up his stuff and takes videos of himself, and he makes music out on the beach or wherever. Gets him all packed up in his little backpack, and then just recently I started posting on YouTube, and I found him on YouTube. So I'm oh, I still have some video, I'm sure. And here I am, making a video about Humbi-Free and his dog Ricardito. Yeah, I know the dog's name. I don't know Humbi-Free's name, but I'll leave his tag here. Baja beaches are awesome, and yeah, I should get a motorcycle like that so we can ride on the beach too.